You think a lot of parents would, encourage their children's kind of high aspirations.
Yes.
But like you told your mom,
when I was a kid, before I wanted to be a comedian, my dream was to be the president of the United States. It's the only real job I ever wanted. Okay? Only time I wanted an office. I wanted to be.
Chris Rock opens the show the way audiences expect, standing before a packed crowd with nothing more than a microphone and his trademark confidence. The jokes flow naturally until he suddenly changes pace. For a brief moment, he drops the comedy and shares a childhood memory about once dreaming of becoming president. The unexpected confession catches the audience completely by surprise. It's a clever opening because it quietly invites viewers to think about the highest office in the country from a different perspective. Meanwhile, the suggestion is that somewhere, Donald Trump is watching the performance unfold on live television with growing frustration. So what did Rock build with that seemingly harmless introduction that struck such a nerve? And why are so many people saying he did more than make fun of Trump, that he carefully set the stage for a point Trump would rather avoid?
Everybody's worried. I mean, we got Luigi. We got Luigi, and that's good. I really feel sorry for the family. I mean, everybody's fixated on how good looking this guy looks. If he looked like Jonah Hill, no one would care. It already gave him the chair already.
Rock doesn't leave the audience waiting for long. After sharing his childhood dream, he immediately pivots from the personal to the political, using the moment to comment on what he portrays as the country's growing sense of anxiety. He points to the public's fascination with cultural distractions, suggesting that the national conversation has become increasingly upside down during Donald Trump's political era. If you're enjoying this breakdown, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Your support helps more than you might think. Years ago, jokes like these would have been dismissed as harmless stand-up material, something people laughed at before moving on. Few believed a comedy routine could have any real political impact. But Rock's observations land differently because he ties them directly to the current political climate. Instead of simply entertaining the audience, he turns the routine into a broader commentary, leaving viewers to interpret the connections for themselves. That approach gives the performance extra weight. Rather than relying on loud attacks, Rock holds up a mirror to power and lets the audience decide what they see. According to the narrative, that's exactly why Trump's reaction is said to have been so intense. The routine wasn't just another celebrity joke. It was framed as a carefully constructed setup, leading toward a point that many believe Trump would rather not confront.
Trump is not playing, man. That's right. This time is totally different. He's working with the #1 African-American in the world, the richest African-American in the world, Elon Musk. That's right, he is African-American. Elon got more kids.
From there, Rock raises the stakes. The uncertainty and tension he has been describing now shift toward the powerful figures surrounding modern politics, including billionaire influence and the alliances that increasingly shape public life. He surprises the audience by bringing Elon Musk into the conversation, using the reference to illustrate how dramatically the balance between business, celebrity, and political power has changed. For the crowd, the unexpected turn becomes one of the funniest moments of the routine. For Trump, however, the implication is presented very differently. Rather than shouting or delivering an angry rant, Rock calmly links reality television culture with real-world leadership, suggesting that the boundaries between entertainment and government have become increasingly blurred. That understated delivery gives the joke its impact. Then Rock turns to one of Trump's most controversial past remarks. Recalling the comments about Senator John McCain's military service, he repeats the familiar line, "I don't want to vote for somebody who got captured. I want to vote for somebody who got away." The audience immediately recognizes the reference. The routine then contrasts those earlier remarks with Trump's later attempts to soften his position on McCain, something unusual for a public figure known for rarely backing away from previous statements. Without raising his voice, Rock allows the comparison itself to become the punchline.
That got captured. I don't want to vote for nobody that got captured. I want to vote for that got away.
Trump, who rarely, if ever, apologizes for anything, sounded like he's softening a little on McCain.
And certainly if there was a misunderstanding, I would totally take that back. But hopefully I said it correctly.
Rock uses that moment to revisit one of Trump's most debated controversies, bringing the McCain comments back into public focus. The tone of the routine shifts as viewers are reminded of footage showing Trump, a politician often known for standing firmly by his words, later trying to present those remarks in a less confrontational light. The sequence creates the impression of someone recognizing that a previous statement had gone further than intended and attempting to recast it as a misunderstanding. By placing his own sharp observations beside Trump's later explanations, Rock highlights what he portrays as the difference between a carefully managed public image and the unpredictability of unscripted moments. The result is less about one isolated controversy and more about the broader question of consistency in public leadership.
The cast of The Apprentice is running the world. Trump, the daughter, Omarosa, they run the world, man.
Rock closes the routine by connecting those earlier controversies to the present, offering what he sees as a defining observation about modern American politics. Looking at today's political landscape, he argues that the traditional boundaries separating entertainment from government have largely disappeared. With one memorable joke, he suggests that The Apprentice no longer feels like just a television program, but almost like a casting call for people who would later find themselves influencing national politics. From members of Trump's own family to figures like Omarosa, the line between Hollywood spectacle and governing Washington, D.C., he argues, has become increasingly difficult to distinguish. According to the narrative surrounding the performance, Trump's reported frustration behind the scenes reflected just how deeply the routine had landed. The most memorable criticism of the night didn't come from an opposing politician or a policy debate. It came from a comedian standing alone with a microphone. That becomes Rock's final point. If politics begins to resemble reality television, then comedians become uniquely positioned to expose the spectacle. And that's why, according to the story, Trump's reported reaction ultimately reinforced the very message Rock had been building toward all along.